And we are live. Good evening, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 424. Today is Tuesday, July 2nd, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish.
At 3-ish, and today, a lot of interesting stories. We'll be talking about crypto exchange Bitfinex repaying $100 million back to Tether, Nestle revealing their blockchain supply chain, British regulator FCA prepares a potential ban of crypto CFDs for retail investors. CME Bitcoin Futures record a record high, looks like at 1.7 billion in notional value. And last but not least, Gemini to apply for a broker-dealer license in bid to trade crypto securities. But first, how are we looking at those prices?
Oh yeah, so if you've noticed over the past few days, nothing's happened. Prices went sideways for a little bit. A good calm down period for the price of Bitcoin, going to 13,500, now down to 10,679 today, up 2%. Ripple still at 40 cents, down 1.2% today. Ethereum resting at $288, down only 0.6% today. Bcash at $405. I still don't know how, but down 1.8%. EOS dropped below the $6 mark. They were fighting for $7. They're down to $5.82. And they're down 1.7% today. And finally, Litecoin at $117, down 2.5% today. So a lot of red on the board. Bitcoin's green, but a little bit sideways.
There we go. What's going on, Richard Taweem? So don't get wrecked. Oh, Cornelius Broadnix, hello. All right, for this top story of the day, looks like crypto exchange, or one of the top stories, crypto exchange Bitfinex repaid $100 million to stablecoin operator Tether. And look at that, Tether's just sitting in, looks like in the sun, chilling on his money. It looks like this is part of the outstanding loan facility to stablecoin operator Tether. It posted to its official blog on July 22nd. Per the announcement, Bitfinex made the repayment via wire transfer to Tether's bank account, and the amount was not yet due to be paid to the operator into the facility. Still, the exchange reportedly made the decision to complete the prepayment based on its financial position at the end of the second quarter of 2019. The post concludes, also on July 1st, Bitfinex fully prepaid all interest accrued under the loan facility to Tether up until the end of the day on June 30th, 2019, also in fiat. That's just the interest. That's actually pretty crazy. But, what loan is this coming from, and why are they repaying them back so early, I guess? Well, they said why, but, the impetus, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've seen Tether, as we, in the history of cryptocurrency, we've seen Tether grow to $1 billion, industry basically of stable coins. And it's usually the first one people use for cash reserves. And we found out later that they were basically funding Bitfinex, and that Bitfinex may have had some stuff going on with their exchange. So this loan is not a surprise. They loaned them $700 million to get them started, which some people don't like it because Tether technically just printed as much as they wanted, loaned it to them whenever they felt like it, and then banned U.S. customers right after that. So, some people have problems with that. However, they do owe the loan. It's good that they paid it back. Why they're doing it right now is simply because of the contract they signed. But, in my opinion, Bitfinex would have been able to pay this back at any point. They've made enough money or going to make enough money. So Tether's still pushing, man. You got to give it to Tether.
Well, my thing is, did they actually make enough money? Because it looks like as you can see here, the loan may have been in excess of $900 million of Tether's cash reserves. So did they really pay back the loan or the interest or some of it, or did they just say, hey, we got too much of the loan to begin with, we have money to give back to them, we're just going to give them back their own money? I mean, that's literally what we see banks and the government do 24/7. I mean, that's like money laundering. It's like washing money. It's like, okay, we'll give you guys a loan for $2 billion, but you need to repay us back in 3 years at least $300 million. It's like, okay, I'm just going to save some money you gave me. So could that be possible here?
Yeah, it could be possible. And at the same time, they are an exchange. Exchanges trade against their users. So they could have, this recent pump and sell-off we may have seen may have come from that as well, because
that's a good point.
You know how much money was made in the last month maybe. So if they were looking, hey, we need to pay this off, that's why I always tell people, when you do analysis, it's a lot of small things like that could have been the reason, but people will blame it on whatever, bad news. But that could have been it. They could have pumped it, got the price where they wanted it, sold it off.
$100 million worth of Bitcoin.
And they know the levels traders are looking at, because they see the interest, they see how many trades or how many sales are at different levels. it's very easy to see on an exchange. They can scan really quick and say, hey, everybody's looking to sell at the 13.5 mark. Hey, let's go ahead and put our sell orders there and then crush the short. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was the play, but good to see they paid it back.
There we go. Some more people coming in. What is going on? Christopher Ladd, Tessa Hall, Antonio, Cool Works from Atlanta, Cornelius Brownux.
Oh, yeah.
Saw an article titled "The Bitcoin Bubble Burst." Right, they're gonna by Forbes, of course.
Of course, it's Forbes.
They're gonna give you a lot of those. Oh no, we're working on these pronunciations, Richard. I'm trying. Going Bitcoin. What's going on? Thanks for catching the live. What's going on, Will? Jamel Hook. Seems as if exchanges are shutting out United States customers. Should we look to decentralized exchanges, or do you guys have another option on top of that? I am in New York. Yeah. We always talk about decentralized exchanges. That's the go-to move. But again, if you're tired of exchanges, just use a couple to onboard your money, or use peer-to-peer. Give somebody some money, buy some Bitcoin at a coffee shop, and then from then we always talk about cross-atomic swaps. You can use wallets, Exodus wallet, BRD wallet, Jax wallet. You can use wallets and literally just trade on your wallet as long as you're not doing high-frequency trading. So it's still possible to do without it. And of course, we're opting for decentralized exchanges. They're just not here yet, and the ones that are starting to come out, the U.S. is aggressively pushing back against those. So,
and Binance, they just came out. It's not really a DEX. They call it that, but not really.
Right. All right. Looks like Nestle is in the news as they reveal their blockchain supply chain tracking pilot program. That is right. All those great Nestle products like the water, they steal from people in Flint and allow them to have no. But what's going on with this Swiss company here?
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks like Nestle has joined up with OpenSC, and OpenSC is a blockchain platform. They partner with Australia and also BCG Digital Ventures in January. So this project is a part of the IBM Food Trust Initiative. Basically, just like Walmart, your food, basically from farm or from wherever it originates, all the way to your table will be tracked on the blockchain. It's supposed to be more efficient and cheaper, and it looks like Nestle is joining that IBM initiative because, like most technology, if you have the most money when the technology comes out, you can build the best product. Looks like they have the best distributed ledger technology because they got Walmart. They have let's see, Nestle. They have a few other ones. They're leaving them out right now, but IBM is doing some work, and it looks like Nestle is joining because everybody else did. We tell you, as soon as one goes for the bait, everybody else joins because most people don't have original thought in their mind. So shout out to them. It will originate in New Zealand and the firm's factories and warehouses in the Middle East. So that's where it'll originate from.
And they're claiming that this open blockchain technology, even though technically it won't be open again. I hate when they keep saying that because they're going to control it. But they're saying this open blockchain technology will allow anyone anywhere in the world to assess our responsible sourcing facts and figures. So that, again, interesting to see because the reason why companies don't want their blockchains open is because if people do see a mistake or catch a mistake, that is literally going to light the company up. So I hope to see they're actually doing it. As you said, it looks like their initial pilot program is tracing milk from farms and producers in New Zealand to factories and warehouses in the Middle East. So, again, small test sample, but it'll be amazing to see if this does work where people can access it. Hey, I know when my milk's going to get expired, not because of the date you put on it, because I typed this QR or, I put whatever code online into your blockchain. I could see literally the date it was milked from which cow, what type of cow, what were they being fed, all that good information. So if this system does go up and it's allowing the public to take a look at it, as our president says, it will be huge.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see.
The only thing I'm worried about is there are some foods, there are some stuff that is allowed by the FDA, but they're still terrible. So even the origination, you can know it, and it's still like, well, it's still going to be trash. But at least they're trying on the surface, it seems.
That's like the 2008 economic crisis where you got the good ratings, even though it's for bad, for bad loans or whatever. So
bad deals,
same thing. It could, as you said, it could be the FDA knows it's bad. They're getting paid or whatever. And they're just like, oh, well, we got it to the list. So vigilance. British regulator FCA prepares a potential ban of crypto CFDs for retail investors. That is right. And for those who don't know, retail investors those are your mom and pops, all those who don't have a net worth of $1 million or make at least $200,000 a year. Those are your retail investors. So that's the majority, of course. But it looks like British financial watchdog, the Financial Conduct Authority. I mean, that's just the Conduct Authority.
Come on, man.
The Financial Conduct Authority.
I'm an adult.
Is preparing a potential ban on the sale of crypto derivatives to retail investors, according to the official document released on July 1st. In the document titled, quote, restricting contract for difference products sold to retail clients, end quote, the FCA revealed that the regulator will soon publish a consultation paper on a potential ban on crypto derivatives such as Bitcoin futures and other crypto-related trading products. This is something we have already seen in the United States. Again, we talked about it. You can't have a hedge fund for cryptocurrency and have retail investors. You can only have accredited investors, those who have money already. So the FCA wrote, quote, we will shortly publish a CP on a potential ban on the sale to retail clients of derivatives and certain transferable securities that reference crypto assets. So again, they are trying to save you from yourselves because you all aren't smart enough to handle your money.
You don't know what you're doing.
But it's funny, you talk about the British financial watchdog doing this. Are they going through financial issues themselves?
All the time.
So it's one of those things where it's crazy to see a government entity that works for you tell you you can't invest in something, even though their track record of what they've been doing with our funds is terrible. But I don't know. I mean, this is a pretty interesting story to see. It's something we kind of figured will happen because, you know, the UK and the US follow each other's, you know, beat to the drum as far as what they decide to do when it comes to regulations.
Yeah, and that's the test ground. And in my opinion, this is actually kind of, if I look at it from glass half full standpoint, this actually may end up being good because what'll happen is they'll say, hey, retail, you can't invest in the crypto-related trading products like futures, and then they'll say, so can I just buy crypto?
I could just buy the
I
Bitcoin.
could just buy crypto by itself.
What?
I don't even need that product. Thank you for saving me from that trash product you're trying to make us buy. However, the problem with it is futures contracts are sort of like the, I don't want to say the tail wagging the dog, but that's basically what it is.
It's the
futures
derivatives.
products, I would say futures
it.
products can kind of determine where the market's going. And if you have institutional money, it can kind of change the outlook of the market based on how much money is put into it. So that's why when we say futures products start, we saw CME start, price went up, and then we saw CBOE start all the way down. And it's basically, it's enough money to do that in these products. Should get wacky though, because as soon as it's liquid, remember the last, 4 or 5 days when it was trading, it went up 10%, down 13, up 15, down 21. That's one of the things that can happen if they basically keep it with everybody. That's why they want to keep it with institutions. But still, we're talking about open finance, people. UK, I don't know who put you up to it, but it's definitely the US. They're going to test it there, then they're going to come here, and then they'll try it even further than they already have. So, yeah, it looks like it's coming. British regulators.
It's interesting to see. Speaking of, you know, futures and derivative products, it looks like CME Bitcoin Futures record a $1.7 billion high in notional value. So I guess they've been making their money, but the Chicago Mercantile Exchange CME Group has announced more record-breaking highs for Bitcoin futures in an official Twitter post on June 28th. The futures in question are standardized contracts that bind a party to buying or selling Bitcoin at some set time after signing. And it looks like, according to their post, CME Bitcoin futures hit $1.7 billion in notional value traded on June 26, a 30% increase from its last recorded high. It looks like the open interest for Bitcoin futures now sits at 6,069 contracts. This is a lot. Can you tell us some of these other stats from the report from this institutional interest here?
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks as though on June 20th, the CME Group posted a record high of 5,300 open futures contracts totaling 26,555 Bitcoins, approximately 280 million at press time. So good gracious. And it's hovering, you know, they said the price is 10,500, about 10,800 now. But with that price increase, a lot of the bullish action we're seeing is coming into futures contracts. I mean, good gracious. If the futures contracts are hitting all-time highs, you know retail investors are about to hit all-time highs.
Right.
And we've already seen that. We've seen volume increase across exchanges. We saw Coinbase fail. That's basically the start of a bull market. And then we saw Binance even go down. So with this amount of volume, futures are easier to keep up with because they're, you know, settled over a period of time. But man, this volume is very good to see. And man, if it's 1.7 billion in one day, we saw BitMEX hit $1 trillion in a year, so, or over their lifetime. So that's a lot of volume coming in. Good to see. And
as we can see, this story also alludes to the fact that Max Kaiser previously said that a lot of the altcoins will go under as investors move heavily from alts to Bitcoin due to its technical superiority. Of course, that caused a little bit of back and forth. You see in the comment sections here, You got one guy saying, or one person saying, altcoins are finished due to Bitcoin's technical superiority, but they don't believe it because they're saying, does a computer run program? Does the ecosystem survive on just one kind of fish? Basically, they're saying, hey, there's a ton of different stuff. This other person agrees with what I'm saying, LOL at technical superiority. A lot of people do have this viewpoint where they are saying that Bitcoin's the oldest show in the book, the oldest dog in the book, the oldest trick. There's new coins with better technology. But I also think that a big part of that is people just hoping their coin hits. Because at the end of the day, there isn't that much technical superiority with other blockchains versus Bitcoin. I mean, the main thing, is it decentralized? Is it uncensored?
Can it withstand a 51% attack?
Right, is it censor
Remember
resistant?
that week where it was like 4 coins?
Every altcoin was getting smacked
and they were
around.
like, oh yeah, it's faster. Yeah, because nobody's doing transactions.
Right. So what I will say is, I don't fully agree that, well, he said most, so actually I do agree with that. Most altcoins I think will go under as the attention goes toward Bitcoin and JPM coin and Libra and all these other things. But of course, there'll still be altcoins around. But as far as the superiority, I haven't really seen or heard of one that's that superior to Bitcoin.
Nah.
But what are your thoughts on that? Will altcoins go under as more investors start to look toward all these derivative products and strictly Bitcoin?
Well, I think a lot of them will go the same way in the past. A lot of them have gone. There's coins from 3 years ago that don't even have developers anymore.
We need to do a show like that.
Yeah,
like the top 10 coins of every 6 months for the last 3 years. So it'd be like 4 or 5 categories.
Yeah,
right?
so people can see that there's coins that you may discuss 3 years ago, but nobody's doing anything with
Wherever
it now.
happened to storage?
Where's storage at? Yeah, where's Factom? Where's,
Factom. Wow.
I mean, it's a lot of old ones. I remember Pure Coin from back in the day. Pascal Coin.
Pascal Coin, hilarious.
It's a lot that were there. They're gone. Just like they will be gone. They'll leave quietly. Nobody will really know. But the best part is the new ones that do last, they'll stand the test of time because the technology they're building is very, very advanced, but it takes time. That's the only problem we have right now is time. Like EOS, people are like, oh, what's going on with it? It's going to take time. Bitcoin is 10 years old and everything else is behind it. So it's still a lot of time for it to come. And I think that's definitely going to happen. A lot of altcoins going to go, but the best ones will fly.
I mean, definitely the first one that goes to the door gets shot. So Bitcoin saw that, but you must be crazy if you think Bitcoin received the backlash it received, and whatever the number 2 coin is coming up won't get that same treatment once it gets to the mainstream. So
Ethereum got close when they had the fork. Remember, everybody was mad. They was like, "Oh, it's not a real cryptocurrency." So it got close. But
listen, LeBron James, the king, thought he was going to come to LA and everything was going to be beautiful. All right, it doesn't work like that. People,
you got to go through some stuff.
You got to go through it a little bit. Going Bitcoin said Nestle is going to tokenize that water. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, Allison Thompson? So Jamel Hooks, I think IDEX blocks New York customers. Probably so. Elroy Robertson says selling is low and Coinbase is down. Yes, we saw Cloudflare or something happen, and a few crypto sites are down, but Coinbase all the exchanges and big companies are going to go down when the price is doing what it's doing.
Of course.
Even though this is what it always does, it's starting to realize its business opportunities, I believe. So they're taking full advantage of that. B Money said code can be incorporated in the long run. In what regards? Which one are you talking about, B Money? Gervais Wright, of course. Feathercoin. I know you're talking about Feathercoin. Listen, Feathercoin is still a pump waiting to happen. People, a pump and dump waiting to happen. Let me be specific. So is Burstcoin. Burst pumped very well as well. B Money said Bitcoin will be like Borg and Star Trek and incorporate useful technology. Hilarious.
Over time, that's what's happening.
Yeah, I know, right? Tess. Okay, there we go. Tessa says she likes that shows. Go ahead. We'll do that. It might be our little holiday or weekend activity to figure out the last 3 years, every 6 months or something. Top 10 coins or top 5 or 10 coins that aren't any longer here.
Oh yeah.
So we can remind, because you're right. I mean, that list has really changed. Like Pure Coin was like number 5 for me.
Yeah, thousands.
So we'll see. Alec G, what's going on? Been enjoying your new album. Hilarious.
Appreciate it. Oh yeah. I was spitting on
Freddie
bandana.
Gibbs. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Wires,
Freddie Gibbs.
Right. Wire Spark said there actually was a coin called Global Coin in 2012. It's dead. Listen, there's a Kanye coin. There's a Trump coin. There are all types of coins. Right.
It's all types.
Right. And you remember that's when the market still was like, under 500 altcoins. So those coins were still winning. So it's
I can make one right now while the show is going on. Like you can just
true.
type in information and they have services that'll make it for
people.
you. Yeah, services will make it for you in 15 minutes.
Ronan Bushido style said resistance is futile. What's going on, Madam Crypto? All right, last but not least, story of the day. One of the stories of the day. Looks like Gemini twins are back in it. Gemini to apply for broker-dealer license and bid to trade crypto securities. All right, very interesting. Before we begin the story, I would just say, Gemini, how about you guys just take your rightful place in society, all right? I think it would be a lot easier for you and your pockets. I mean, you're making more money. Let's just take your rightful place as far as who you are, and that's to play second fiddle to Mark Zuckerberg, all right?
Yeah.
Like, literally, for what he's doing right now, just join back up. Hey, Mark, we had a good thing going.
Should have jumped in when we had the chance.
Hey, we didn't. Exactly. Listen, we know we've been pressing you pretty hard, but you know what? We're here to work. How can we support you, Mark? Just go work for Zuckerberg at this point. But it looks like the Winklevoss-owned cryptocurrency exchange Gemini will apply for a broker-dealer license from the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, CoinDesk has learned. We're going to have Bitcoin Zay tell us more about the story, but I also want to point out how interesting it is that after they basically placated and bowed down to one federal authority, now all of them are like, oh, we heard you got money over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Special investigator. Like, when did FINRA come out here and get some money off of the Winklevoss twins?
Yeah, FINRA, I thought they can give suggestions.
Right. I knew the SEC was, flipping them upside down. And I knew the IRS came in a couple of times as well as CFTC. I knew those organizations was already running their pockets, but I guess FINRA, hey, he caught you walking out the bathroom after the bullies left. Was like, oh, hold on. I've been lifting too now.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on here?
Man, this sucks for them, but I guess it's pretty good because we actually did a news story where they partnered with Harbor, and that basically set the stage for them to have a tokenized securities platform. So their platform will allow you to trade securities using their platform, pay them the fees, and then, of course, they get their money taken from FINRA. That's basically why they're getting this broker-dealer license, and the Winklevoss-owned cryptocurrency exchange will easily be one of the most recognizable token security exchanges out. But the problem is, if they do that, they'll have to compete with TD Ameritrade. They'll have to compete with some of the bigger names out there. I mean, that's where they're trying to go. So like I said, in the crypto space, like, okay, yeah, that'll be a good spot to do it. And they say here, lawfully swap digital securities. You can do that now. Like we said, atomic swaps.
Keep playing that game.
Keep playing that game.
Right.
So
we're the only regulatory approved, lawfully active. Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
And when they do their presentations, that is something that the buzzwords they can put in there.
Of course.
However, it will be interesting to see how it goes because, like I said, they're about to compete against institutions that have been there, and their only claim to fame is an exchange with crypto. There's plenty of exchanges that's done that. So we'll see how it goes. If their trading engine can take it, if they can stay up more than Coinbase, they may be more viable. If they can do something like BitMEX, they may be able to pull in some of that crowd. So we'll see how it goes.
And I get them going after institutional investors because, again, people, if you're going to, I get it. They're like, hey, the same energy we would put in getting one client here and there for mom and pops or REITs, even the credit investors, they're like, let's just go after the entire institution. Mm-hmm. Let's just go. Let's not try to get a $10 million client over here. Let's go get this $2 billion client. So we get it. We get, like you say, even their buzzwords when they talk about the regulatory stuff and approved by the government. Yes, that is what the Ned Flanders crowd wants to hear. However, it's one of those things where it's so interesting to see, a lot of the people in the space or that have these positions. You talk about Coinbase, Gemini. From Facebook, we already kind of expected it, but it's like you have an opportunity to literally strike out and do something totally different. But instead, you're saying, let's just reverse this thing, go back toward what institutions are doing. And that kind of shows you that a lot of these people are okay with the status quo. No matter what they say about crypto and trying to do things different and co-signing, it's like, no, you are literally upholding the status quo. And for those who still want to ignore it, this is the reason why Bitcoin was made, is to kind of get away from that status quo. So
you're 6'5", and it's two of you. Come on,
right.
man.
Like, what are you doing? Right. Sierra Martin, what's going on? Sierra Martin said, I was thinking the same thing about them as Zuckerberg. Cool Works said Gemini twins should have pounced Zuck when he jacked Facebook. B Money, when securities get tokenized, is going to be crazy. You can then buy a fraction of Apple, Amazon, instead of a whole stock. Of course, it's something that technically it's already allowed to do.
Yeah,
they
introduce some products for you to,
you know what I mean? It's
do what you can already.
They are like they're literally making things illegal or making it impossible to do that shouldn't be. Why couldn't we think about Apple as a business, Amazon, some of these people you just named. Why would Amazon say, hey, if I can sell, we can't get this whole stock off, we can't get this whole $1,000 one off, but there's 1,000 people who will buy it for $1. Why wouldn't they want that, right? They want all that business. So it's one of those things where it's been made to be very difficult for no reason. And then how we say that same stock for $1,000. Now instead of having $1,000 for, one person buys $1, kind of as you alluded to, is those microtransactions where you can literally have 1 million people on a $1,000 one share of $1,000. You have 1 million people bought into that and break it down to Satoshi. So when that gets worked out, that would be amazing. But again, the implementation, the onboarding is what we're gonna have to look at.
Yeah, and that's what I'm waiting to see.
Right.
Yeah.
So Movid said, does anyone know if the Gemini exchange has ever been down like Coinbase within the past week?
Not that I know of.
They're
more
they do pretty good.
Not that I know of, yeah.
But also they're charging you a lot more too. But in general, people we should stop mentioning the words Coinbase. Like, if you're on Coinbase, you got to get off it. You definitely have to get off Coinbase.
Yeah. Stop it.
Let's see. And Wire Sparks said, I can't wait till they tokenize Berkshire Hathaway. Yeah. Hey, that's going to be the day Warren's just
Warren going to have to be dead for that to happen.
I didn't want to go that far, but he's definitely going to have some medical problems when that happens. He's going to be like, oh.
Yeah, he's not going to be around to see that, I don't think. They'll wait until afterwards. I don't think they'll do it in his lifetime.
Cool work. So that was a great question. Can't you make an investment, quote, family, and have a pool of people buying stock? So technically, no. That's what we talk about.
Yeah.
So those family investments, family and friends, technically you can, because they say, this pre-relationship, whoever. Yeah. But no, they're not going to because let's say you have your family and friends, you do very well with that investment. No, what you just had is a fund now. You had an actual fund that you manage.
Now you have to pay different taxes.
Now you have to pay different taxes. And now, everyone isn't accredited from the SEC's point of view. You just committed a felony and you're going to go to jail right next to those murderers and rapists. Yeah. So I know. How crazy is this? All right. Other than that, what are we doing for the free crypto coin today?
Oh, yeah. So for the free crypto coin, let's keep this conversation going with Gemini tokenizing their securities on their platform. Do you think it'll work? Do you think the institutions will win? Do you think they should stay in their lane, stay with crypto exchange? Let us know what you think. Put your crypto coin address, and we'll send the free coins to the winner.
All right. So we must have some new people to show. What's going on? Elroy Robertson said, what's wrong with Coinbase? We don't have enough time to cover it, but long story short, Coinbase is basically like banking. You're literally banking, and they have control of all your cryptocurrency. So when you talk about Coinbase going down, instead of thinking about Coinbase going down, imagine if Coinbase went away with your money. There's nothing you can do about it. Right now, Coinbase is say, you know what, we shut down, we're out of business. Sorry, everybody, you have money on our exchange.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do.
And even if you sue, it's going to take at least 5 years for you to even see a portion of your money. And then when you say that, people are like, Coinbase isn't going down. You want to hear from Mt. Gox. Right. There was panic in the streets, I'm telling you, because it was the biggest exchange in the industry. Everybody was using it. I'm glad I didn't, because their premium was ridiculous. I knew it was something off.
Right.
But at the time, everybody thought it was over. It went down. Everybody's like, oh my God, all my money's gone. They're still dealing with that to this day. That happened in 2012. So 7 years, and there's people still looking for their money. So if that happens, that's why Coinbase isn't good, because they're most likely to do it. I feel like
right. Oh, definitely.
They're way more likely to do it.
Well, the only reason they won't is if their IPO gets undervalued by a lot, or what they're really playing with as they're waiting so long to launch this thing. If another company comes out and just literally steals market share, then I wouldn't doubt they exit scam. But also for if you use Coinbase and you're actually still using it, then that means you probably haven't bought that much Bitcoin, because once you do buy a certain amount of Bitcoin on Coinbase, they will literally shut down your account and just, they'll have it there, your crypto in your wallet, you can move it, but you can't buy any more. They won't tell you why. So if you're actually trading or planning on buying Bitcoin or anything, those things, they can literally shut it down while giving you a warning. The list kind of goes on and on. I will kind of look at some of the Twitter, Reddit threads, but it goes into detail.
Oh, yeah. But I was going to say one quick update, too, to local Bitcoins. We did the news where they were doing KYC. What happened was they got mixed up. I don't know how they messed up the story, but it's only KYC up or after $20,000. Right. So up to $20,000, you can still keep your anonymity. You can still get PayPal, Zelle, gift card. You can use local Bitcoins to meet somebody in person. So that's still a good exchange if you're doing up to 20,000. I know it's a lot of people that's not doing that much. So up to 20K, you're pretty good. After that, you're going to have to hand over that ID, buddy.
And also, so we get this question a lot. What's going on? Jacqueline Saba said, who is a good exchange? Again, Gemini and Uphold if you want to onboard. If you actually want to trade, of course, you got the Binances, BitMEXes, or just your actual wallets. Again, BRD, Jax, Exodus. But For those who are still asking about new exchanges in Coinbase, Bitcoin Zay has a whole video on our channel right now about how to get off Coinbase and what other exchanges to use. So
absolutely,
check out that video. How long is it? Probably 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, less than that. Yeah.
It's a short video. It shows you how to get off Coinbase, why you might want to get off it, and what other exchanges to go to.
Oh, yeah.
B Money say, I still use Coinbase, but I take my coins off. When I get a certain amount, I get large amounts off in the past, no problems.
True.
Hey,
some
more
people
power
have,
to you.
But you don't want to be the one that doesn't.
Right.
Because we've had experience, and we know people personally that's had that experience, and you don't want to be a part of that.
And CoolWorks Local Bitcoins is not back in the game, so I would watch out for that as well.
Yeah, they sort of are.
Are they?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. After 20K.
You're talking about the amount.
Yeah.
I would be very careful with
that's what I'm saying.
Bitcoins, people. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I would say it depends if you are on it. Or if you've been on it, then yeah. But if you're the first time, you should be all right. It's just you don't want to try and meet somebody in person for $50,000.
Right, and just don't leave your money in the same place. So
yeah,
something to think about. Other than that, have a happy Tuesday. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.